The election is over. We have a new president.
Who's strong and brave, here to save the American way?
Not all of us can storm a beach or drive a tank, but there's still a way all of us can fight.
Some people hate it, some people love it. But at the end of the day, whether we build wealth or not is entirely in our own hands, no one else's. So how on earth does the average American make the absolute most out of their own situation? What's up guys, it's Jake from Money Talks, and in today's video, we're talking about how you can build wealth on an average salary. Following the 2024 election, I've noticed a lot of people have these theories on how the world is gonna change, whether that's for better or for worse. This happens every 4 years, and people find themselves either extremely happy and optimistic or extremely upset and pessimistic. Now, I can't tell you exactly how things are going to change on a national or even a global scale, but what I can tell you with absolute certainty is for the average person, the day-to-day operations in their lives is not going to change very much at all. And if we look at the last 100 years, regardless of political ideologies, the exact same principles for building wealth and achieving financial success and independence hold true today. For me personally, the idea that no matter who's in the White House, I have control over my own future and my own success brings me a sense of optimism that no election could take away or give to me. And I hope the same for you. So today what I want to do is take an average American's income and show you how I would use my financial organization system to take control of the money coming in and the money going out on a monthly basis. My goal today is to show you that an ordinary person at an ordinary job making an ordinary salary can do extraordinary things. And hopefully this video can help you get a sense of agency over your life. This way you can ease your mind about politics and just know you're gonna crush it in life regardless. Now, first off, let's look at what the average salary actually is. Because I live in California, I'm gonna use the average salary in California. So according to Forbes, the average California average salary in 2024 is $73,000. Now, if I make that kind of money in California, I can expect to pay somewhere around $19,000 of that in taxes. So that's minus 19,000, which gives me a net income of $54,000 after the federal government and the state take their cut.
Put all the money in the bag and don't try any funny business.
This comes out to about $4,500 per month. What can I actually do with that? What should I actually do when that money hits my account? I created this system for organizing my finances so that I don't have to guess where my money needs to go every month. I already have this system in place and I know exactly how much I can spend on each individual category. I would take 50% of it and I would put it into a category of needs. These are things like living expenses, utilities, internet, phone, things that are fixed costs that you absolutely need to survive in the world. I would take 25% of that income and I would put it towards wants. These are things that I want to do, I don't need to do. These are things that are fun for me, but I don't absolutely need to do them to survive. They're fun to have, but I don't absolutely need them in order to live. And I take 25% of that income and I put it towards investing. In the beginning of my building wealth journey, investing might look like saving for an emergency fund, for taxes that'll come up. I'm investing in my future self. I'm investing towards building a better financial future. That's where that 25% goes. So what I do is I take that entire $4,500 and I put it into a checking account called my income account. This income account takes all the money that comes in for the month, and for us that's $4,500. I now take my $2,250 that should be allocated towards needs, and I send that entire 50% of my income into another checking account called my operations account. This is where we're gonna pay for things like rent, utilities, any other bills that are fixed costs that need to come out of our needs category. That's coming out of the operations account. We know that we're not gonna spend that money on anything that's a want. We're not gonna spend that money on anything else other than funding our living. Next up, we have our wants category. That's $1,125 towards our wants. Now what I do is I take that 25% and I send that over to a checking account I like to call my daily non-necessity account. This is for things like coffee purchases, going out to eat, any short-term expenses that are out of my guilt-free spending account. And what's left over at the end of the month, I take that amount and I send it over into a savings account that I like to call a long-term non-necessity account. And this is where I save up for things that I want to do, but that are major purchases. Things like vacations, cars, anything that's gonna cost me a lot of money, but ultimately it's a want, it's a desire, it is not a need. And next we have 25% of investing, which is another $1,125 towards investing. I send this whole 25% over to another savings account. This is an investment account, so this is where your money is gonna sit until you have a place to allocate it. And there are three main asset classes where you can throw this money whenever you're ready. You can allocate those funds into the stock market, into real estate, or into a business. Now, first and foremost, my main goal with this 25% before I start investing seriously is building up a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, sometimes as much as 12 months if you have a high risk factor, like you're an entrepreneur, you run your own business, or you work at a sales job that's not super secure. You want a fully funded emergency fund that's in a savings account, and I also like to put aside money for taxes. If there's any tax implications for any transfers that you do in retirement arrangements, or if you're self-employed, you may have a tax bill at the end of the year and you should not be surprised by that. You should be putting money aside for that before you start doing anything else. Now at this point in the video, you may be asking yourself, okay, Jake, I have my finances organized. I've now used your financial organization system and I'm now taking control of my money. But how on earth am I going to build wealth on this average salary? This investment category is the most important category, and this 25% number needs to be hit at all times, and I'll tell you why. The returns on each of these investment strategies vary greatly. And I'm not telling you what to invest in, I'm just giving you an example. Do your own due diligence and invest your money how you see fit. But if I take that $1,125 every single month, and I invested into index funds on the stock market and got a conservative average return of 8%, which is pretty low. You'll probably get more than that. It would take me just about 33 years to make $1 million. Now, building wealth can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but I can tell you that only about 8.8% of Americans have a net worth of $1 million. And all this math was just for one person. Now imagine if you add a second income into the equation. Imagine if you get a raise or an increase in wages, which is likely over the next 33 years. You've now successfully built more wealth than over 90% of people in the country on an average salary. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you got something out of this video today. And just remember, you are in control of your habits, you are in control of your money, and you are in control of your life. And if you need help organizing your finances and taking control of your money, DM me on Instagram at MoneyTalksJake. And if you like this content, consider subscribing, leave a like, comment if you want, and I will see you in the next one. I'm out.